There was an earthquake last night. I didn't feel a thing, but I was off last night. Nolan's Victoria says that I was speaking in riddles. And going through phases. Just got 12 hours of sleep. I feel pretty good. And if I can't remember it, then it can't hurt me. I've got nothing to be ashamed about. I'm the kind of guy that believes if I do something in a blackout drunk that I can't remember, then I can't be held accountable for it. Who's to say that was me? Maybe at the worst have a psychiatric consultation. See if there's somebody else in there, somebody that's not playing by the rules that you've all made up for each other and compromised on and do quite well together with. Now, I've been in earthquakes before. One time in San Jose, the first one I ever felt, really. I was in the library on campus on the 3rd floor, and all of a sudden it just went, it was just, and I looked and people started running all over going, ah, and I'm sitting there and I got up from the table and I walked over and I got under the door well like they teach you to, and I'm watching these people freaking out, and I'm like, you people are from here. You don't know to get in the door well? That's very fortunate for me. There's not room for all of us, and I don't want to get in a fight in the middle of an earthquake. Well, it would be a pretty good scene in a movie. When I was in the Flying Pig pub, sitting there talking to Stratton. Later, he felt it, and he described it like a truck had hit the building. And I said, yeah, that's a pretty good description. It was like a 5.4, that one. But it's still, what I learned living out in California and being through a few, they're not what they're cracked up to be. That earthquake in 93, the LA one, I was sitting in damn Okemos, Michigan, and it was 40 below. And it was fucking just miserable. And these people are like, and I realized it then, and I've talked about it before, I know, but I'll say it. You people with your earthquakes need to shut the fuck up. This is an acute situation. This is not chronic. Another couple days, get your shit together, and it's actually a good thing because it makes you feel like you need to do something. Your house is torn down, you gotta get it rebuilt. You gotta do all this stuff that you would like to do but never felt like you had the gumption, the total ambition to do it, and it makes you feel less of yourself. So now you got an earthquake to tear your shit up. New house, new car. You walk away from this feeling like a success. That makes your life better. You take me sitting in Okemos, Michigan, day in, day out, and 40 below, and it's just, and your fucking eardrums are freezing in your head when you walk to class, and you're sitting there, your fucking head's just screaming for the first 45 minutes until you can get the heat back up. And this is day in, day out. This is where people are running from house to house, cabin to cabin with a shotgun, shooting it into the ceiling and going, and run to the next house. That's cabin fever. That's a story from Donnie Badassi in Sheboygan. And that's hard. You people should be sending us money. At the very least, some kind of heated suits that we can fucking get around in without getting frostbite. And you can say it's our dumbass fault for being here. But there's an evolutionary fucking thing going on. Your genetics want you there. Anyway. Cold winters are harder than your occasional earthquake. That's all I'm saying. And also been sensitive to them when nobody else was. I was like, did you feel that? You know, to nobody. And when everybody gets home, I said, you feel that earthquake today? Because I didn't really feel it. I just had a sense, like, you know, the mental feeling of it, not the physical. But I sensed what it feels like when you're in an earthquake, you know. And nobody had heard about this earthquake. And then later that day, they said there was a 1 point something somewhere, kind of far away. And I was like, huh, that's the way it goes with dogs, I guess. And then there are other times I haven't felt them. In Vicksburg, I was working, and I came out of the back where I spend most of my time, and everybody's running around there going, you feel that? You feel that? You feel that? There was an earthquake, and they're all telling their stories. And I was like, I didn't fucking feel a thing. And I'm convinced that most of those people didn't feel a thing either. Just maybe one or two of them did and said something about it, and they had to be a part of the fucking fun. Yeah, my fucking glass shook. I fucking doubt it. It was just, but that was in Vicksburg. Not supposed to be earthquakes there. But at the same sense, I think I can also sense dead bodies. I was traveling down to Morgan Hill from San Jose on the back roads on my motorcycle one time, and I've always known I would find a body one day. I've always known I would find a body, and it's just getting, you know, late afternoon where the sun's shining through the forest woods. They're building like a suburb up there, but it's mostly undone, and they have all the roads paved and everything. And I was going by that road, and I used to wonder what's up there. And I went into there, and I was looking around. I was like, wow. It's like, you know, you got paved road right up to the little circle there, and you've got the woods. You just paved road to the woods. And I was like, I bet there's a dead body up there. So I turned up that road, and I'd never been up there. And I found all this. And so I walked into the woods, and I went walking. And I was walking. I'm like, I know there's a dead body in here. And I walked around those woods for a good while doing, 5-meter scans and things. And I came up to this old dirty rug next to a tree. And I found clean $100 bills under dirty rugs before somehow. But so I peel up old dirty rugs in the woods and anywhere I ever see them. And I peeled this damn dirty rug up, old beaten next to this tree. And there were just swarms. It was a fucking nest of earwigs. And I was like, God, fucking earwigs. I'm getting the fuck out of here. And so I left. I didn't find my body. But then the next night on the news, I happened to be watching the news, sitting there, it was on, and 6 o'clock news. They found a fucking body up in those woods, right where I was. They found it. I fucking knew it was there. And that very fucking next day somewhere they found it. And I don't know if it was a news report or a dream, but I remember these people finding that fucking body and how there was a little bit of accusation turned on one another because somebody felt the only way they found it was because one of them must have known. And it was me. Didn't find my body. Well, but I located it. I was right in proper location. And then in China, 40 miles from the North Vietnam border, where it's just like you would expect, rice paddies and shit. That was in Dongxi, Bobai, in the Dongxi province. And my friend Martin and I from New Zealand, we were just walking down the road because they take 3-hour breaks in the middle of the afternoon and work all night, and they take their naps. But neither of us being of Oriental, evolution, whatever, ancestry, we just couldn't stand the idea of taking a fucking nap in the afternoon. And so we'd go walking around in the one day in the boiling heat and humidity of just, might as well say, North Vietnam. We were walking down this old dirt road in the sun, and he's just a little bit ahead of me. And all the rubbish in the ditch, they're filthy. Everything's just trash everywhere, I saw a puppy up ahead, a little like husky type white puppy. And it was like, and I looked, I said, oh. And he was just a little bit ahead of me, and I was watching it, eating it, whatever. And out of nowhere, he says, oh, it's a dead baby. I said, what? And I said, oh my God. There was a dead baby, would have been in the ditch for a couple of days in that heat. It was all just puffed up and this dirty swaddling cloth around it, and the puppy was eating its face. And I said, oh my God, I don't have my camera. I always keep a camera on me, even when it was just a camera. Now we got our phones, but I always had a camera. Like Perry White told Jimmy Olsen, a good photojournalist, always has his camera. And I lived by that, and I didn't have my camera. I found a dead body. Martin and I, but we found a dead body. I told you I knew I would. And then we looked, and we're sitting there watching this puppy eating at its face. And I said, do you think we should tell anybody about this? Or he said that to me. I said, I don't know. I said, we could get in trouble. And then in the end, on the walk back, we decided it'd probably be better that we do something, say something, just in case somebody saw us walking along over there and somebody decided it was a problem to have a dead baby in a ditch. And then we get called out for not saying anything. So then we did. And this snooty old New Zealand couple, they were there. And the one teacher advisor for us, the Chinese woman that spoke English pretty well, she was there. And I wrote the stuff down, and then I decided, yeah, let's tell them. And so we told them we found a dead baby in the ditch. A puppy was eating it. And she said, you should have killed it and eaten it too. And she looked, and I was like, and she says, the puppy, I mean, ha 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 ha. And I, ha 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 ha. Wow. so logical. But the old New Zealand couple, they were shocked. I don't even know what Martin was thinking, but that was one of the most beautiful moments in my life. These people are so practical about the idea of overpopulation. They have a problem with overpopulation from their own, they accept that there's a problem. So, they're not really trying to keep populating. It's just there are too many of them to stop it from happening now. And very logical. So as it turns out, I have a thing for earthquakes and finding dead bodies. Hey, you need to find a body? Just email me at j.archerelderquist@gmail.com. I'll find a body for you, even if it's not the one you're looking for.